So the 6124 is the channel of awareness, and it's the design of a thinker. And so gate 61 is inner truth, or the gate of mystery, and it's a head center gate, which is that yellow triangle right above on top. And then the gate 24 is the return, or the gate of rationalization, and it's an Ajna gate, which is the downward facing green triangle. I'm going to get really good with all my shapes in my hands. Mm-hmm. And so the 6124, this is about the mental capacities of the individual, comprised of inspiration. And so gate 61 is inner truth, and gate 24 is rationalization. And so it's like the 61 is like inspiring it, and then 24 is like, how do I process this? And it's going to go over and over until it gets it. And so mental definition, bringing sudden experience of knowing, a Satori moment.
Yeah, and that Satori is very much what happens when Deepak Chopra figured out the 7 rules of success, or whatever it was, I forgot the name of the book, Spiritual Success. That was a moment. That was a Satori. It's like it came through. That's 360 as well.
So but just a different vibe on it.
Very different, because now it's up in the toy box. It's up in the mental ajna, where its resonant frequency is going to be held onto over all of time. It will always be part of the way this being now is able to have their conceptual factory get to work. That's what they're always looking to do, is put it into a concept. And so a lot's going on here, because there's a melancholy and a fear and a pressure. It's all of these things. And you'll notice the pressure moving down, all the pressure is always pushing towards the throat. So this wants to get out and empower, right? The individual. Yep. Empower themselves and others. And it would like to empower a sudden, almost freakish new knowing, but it's like, just conceptually, it's almost occult new knowing. It is the mystery factory, that like, I see the mystery of the thing, and its delight is in the capacity to then basically empower someone else with what they just rationalized. 24 catches it, and 24 makes it's like the sweeper, at a busy game. It never stops. That sweeper never stops at a busy game, and it's never stops. It's sweeping through the act of return. It's constantly returning to sweep up the little nuggets that the pressure of 61, which says, I am the pressure of essentially the pineal gland receptor into the universe, and I am the pressure to translate existence. I am the pressure inside the human chemistry to translate existence. Everyone's got it. We're all sharing in that process. Gee, isn't it fun? Don't expect answers right away, right? Because it's trying to translate existence, and 61's mystery has a sadness that the melancholy is. There's the mystery. I can't get to the mystery. I can't figure out what mystery is right for me. It's just, it's not right. It's disempowering. And 24's melancholy is, why do I keep coming back here? Why is there so much sound bothering me? This whole channel is very sensitive to sound. And because the sound makes them return, and that's the name of the gate. And in that return, they're trying to rationalize, what was that thing? That thing was that. Was that with this? No, never mind. Scratch that. Do it again. Return. Do it again. Return. And it's always about something right now, something that kept being pressured in the now, about a mutative pulse that's right now. What makes it so interesting is, because this is an awareness center pouring into, unlike the root center down below pouring into the sacral, people are aware that this pressure is pouring in, and that the conceptualization might be empowering. Down below, it's just chaos and sacral energy. When will it finally materialize something? And 60 is like, well, when will I finally transcend this limitation? When will I feel less stuck? When will I feel more organized? When will I feel like doing something? That's all 63 stuff. But up here, it's, oh my God, I see this. It might be, and it wants to empower. And it gets terribly sad when it cannot literally let the mystery factory run through into the rationalization factory that says, I've got a concept for this. Bam. All the mental gates have this form of bingo or eureka. I found it. They all have a version of that. And this one's version of that is, I've solved the mystery. And because it was a mystery at first, it wasn't something collective known and sort of going over. It was mystery. It's like there's nothing, and now it's something. That's the unique pulse. One important thing about 61 is that there's this whole channel. Actually, you can take a philosophy into your life if you have either gate 61 or the whole channel, or even 24 for that matter. Is there's things you can know. I mean, this is literally just practical things you can know, things that you absolutely do know, and there's things that you cannot know. And it's the surrender that says the things I cannot know, what to do. And it leaves, well, because it leaves you with just the things you definitely know, right? Even if you're wrong, doesn't matter, right? It's just the things you yourself inside have a knowing of. And then there's the things you can know because you at least are aware. You can go look it up online. If you want to dive in, you can come to know whatever the thing is. Those things aren't so much mystery. So it's about teasing out that thing that's mystery and saying, oh my God, I get to let this go. I'm driving myself crazy, returning like a Chinese water torture drip is what 24 does,
Uh-huh.
or not all the time, but enough to where anyone with it knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I have the 24. I don't have the 61, but I have that 24 that's always going over something and over something and over something and over something where I'm just like, I want to get to the end of it. I want to come to the conclusion and understand something. And it's maddening when I cannot get to the end of it. And it'll just keep going in my brain. And I find I really love when the 61 is lit up in the transits because I'll just get this like inspirational knowing. I'll just have something come down and it'll like meet with that 24 and it's like, oh, cool. And now I can process it. Whereas before, or otherwise, when the 61 is not lit up in the transits and my 24 is just going over it and over it and over again, it can get very maddening.
Absolutely. Now it's doing important work when this being is themselves, right? And they're like, this is great, and the direction feels good. They can wait. This is like for all of the pressure centers, for actually all of the gates, for all of design, learn to wait. Some things are instant, most aren't, or many aren't, however you want to look at that. And so you end up waiting, and then this one here then goes into this concept factory. And I guess I don't know what else I want to really say about this the fear.
Mm,
24's fear. This isn't ever, so you will know this fear too, Moni. Um, it's the fear of ignorance.
that makes sense.
I can't, I'm struck dumb with the not knowing, and it equates into a type of ignorance. And suddenly, I mean, in the moment of a fear, it can almost feel like life and death, even if it's just in the middle of a conversation. The fear of ignorance.
Mm,
Um, so it's not I mean, it's your fear, but it's not a, it's not a legitimate
yeah.
fear other than an awareness fear. It's not a fear for you to like live your life by.